Hello and welcome to the Aviva Premiership Round 18 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, a podcast, YouTube channel, Twitter account and website bringing you the best in rugby opinions and predictions. So, as I say, it's round 18 of the Aviva Premiership. We're back after a couple of rounds of the Anglo-Welsh Cup, or, well, 2 weekends of supposedly Anglo-Welsh Cup. Obviously, the final was postponed due to snow. And those two people, no, there's quite a lot of people actually involved in that game. The two teams involved in that game were going to be, will be, the Bath versus Exeter. And those teams are actually meeting each other this weekend, amazingly enough. So they would have met on back-to-back weekends, but obviously the other game has been postponed. Now, it's not going to be the same players, obviously, because the Anglo-Welsh Cup is mainly development teams. But back here for the first choice sides, both clubs will have their players back from the Six Nations, and also as both teams are out of Europe, there is no worry about resting players for next weekend. So they're all going to have a weekend off next weekend. So you expect to see full strength sides actually across most of the Aviva Premiership teams. Obviously, Saracens have qualified for the quarterfinals of the European Champions Cup, so they might be the exception to the rule in this one. Anyway. Bath have been a bogey team for Exeter since they came up, but they have broken that run by they were, I think, the last team that they got to beat in the Premiership. But even so, Bath at home has still been one of the sort of hardest places for the Chiefs to get points. I'm going to back Exeter though this time to win this one by 5. They are top of the table. They are 7 points clear of Wasps, so they are the runaway leaders. They can afford to drop a game and still finish top, but they won't want to do it. It's quite so this early, and we've only got with 5 rounds left to go. So, yep, I'm backing Exeter to win this one by 5. Heading over into Saturday, and Sharks host Worcester Warriors. Now, I mean, Worcester are 12 points clear of London Irish with 5 games to go. That's 3 wins basically. So you've got to say that Worcester Warriors are safe. Sharks at home are a much better side than travelling. I mean, they have tried to sort out their travelling woes, but you've got to say Sharks by 5 in this one at home. Worcester Warriors obviously will be happy that they've signed their super scrum half who makes them tick for another few seasons, and so they'll have John O'Lance coming back next season as well. So they'll be looking up towards next season because this season pretty much is done for them. Let's be honest. Whereas Sale Sharks still have got an outside chance of making top 6. Basically, top 6 is going to be decided out of those top 8 teams, because Sale Sharks on 43 points, Gloucester in 6th place on 46 points, only 3 points off there. The gap from Harlequins in 7th to Sale Sharks in 8th is 7 points. So that's a bit of a drop off there. But down to those, basically, sort of 4th down to 8th is all very close, only 5 points in it. So Sale Sharks have got an outside chance of even making the playoffs, but it is very much an outside chance. Then we head over to Irish versus Gloucester. Now Gloucester are sort of still in the battle there. They're up in 6th place, so they're still battling it out, as I say, for that last playoff spot, and also for European competition. But Gloucester's form really has been built on their home form rather than their away form. They've won 7 out of 9 of their home games, and they've lost. They've only won 2 of their away games. They have also drawn away. They have also drawn at home. They've only lost at home once this season, whereas their away form has been more dicey. Irish, though, only had 2 wins this season, and you've got to say Gloucester will be looking to kick on to secure that European position and also keep challenging for the playoffs. And so I'm backing Gloucester by 3. Saracens then host Quins. As I say, Saracens the one team that could be distracted by European competition coming up next weekend. Harlequins definitely not. I mean, Harlequins season is pretty much over. They haven't got a chance of really making the top 6. They're 10 points behind that, but they're also 21 points clear of relegation. So their season is pretty much over. And they, again, another side who definitely who've historically had a better home rather than away record, and they've only won once away this season. That was to Wasps, so amazingly enough. So you've got to say Saracens at home will comfortably win this one by 10, even though they have lost their last 2 games and slipped up a bit, and they will be having to keep it there. And they'll obviously have tired players coming back from Six Nations, and they'll be looking forward to Europe, even with all those distractions, backing a comfortable home win. Falcons then host Saints. Falcons sat in 4th place. Saints, again, like Harlequins, their season's all over. Down in 10th place on 31 points. Obviously clear of relegation, but nowhere near qualifying for anything. Falcons, on the other hand, sat in 4th. Good chance of making it into the playoffs. So you've got to say this is a home. It says home win written all over it. Newcastle by 10 points. They've won 6 out of their last 7 games, whereas Saints have only won 2 out of their last 7 games. So yeah, home win. Finally, it's finished the weekend off. Leicester Tigers host Wasps. So what is now a derby game, as they're next door to each other. And they're also not that far apart from each other in the table. Wasps in 2nd, Leicester Tigers in 5th. So Tigers, again, another one of those ones fighting it out for that probably for that 4th place in the playoffs. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. So coming into this one, a bit of a wet sail. But then again, Wasps have also only lost 1 out of their last 7. They've also got a draw in there as well. So won 5 out of their last 7. So Wasps going well as well. This one should be a cracker of a game. And I'm going to back Leicester to win this one by 3. I'm going with home advantage. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Always up for good old rugby chat. You can let me know down below or catch me at DrivingMaul on Twitter. Please do subscribe to the channel, red box down below, or you can click on my face there. And also there is a box for my latest video. So please do go and see my other stuff and enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.